the fans are in again. It's lovely. And I don't know whether they believe me, but you literally did fly non-stop with a breakware, Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong, yeah.
So,
yes,
it's coming through the jet lag, isn't it? How are you feeling at the moment? Are you bearing up?
I'm fine at the moment. I think after the show I'll probably collapse.
Yeah, good idea. When you fly, because you'd have a bit of clout these days, when you fly and you book your jumbo ticket, are you allowed to say who's sitting next to you? I mean, do you take potluck?
Well, I'm normally flying with someone.
Oh, I see.
So but I just make sure I get the window seat.
Yeah. I was just wondering whether you get your real Aussie. You know, hello, Carly, how you doing, darling?
Yeah, well, you get a mixture on the plane.
What is your accent? Because I was down in Aussie a bit. It's not Sydney, is it? It doesn't sound Sydney.
Well, it's Melbourne, but I've been travelling so much the last... I still sound Australian, but, you know, I could sound a bit more Australian if I tried.
That's lovely. That's real Oscar. The ladies in Australia seem to... Not you, funny enough, but a lot of them, maybe it's Sydney, have that little lilt when they...
Well, actually there's this... There's a comedy show in Australia called The Comedy Company, and there's a character that's really, really popular, and her name's Kylie Minogue, which actually has nothing to do with me.
Kylie
Minogue, and yeah, she always talks and has a rising inflection, because a lot of Australian schoolgirls do that, and it's really annoying. Really annoying parents, yeah.
I went to the audience like I normally do here and said, what would you like me to ask Kylie? And they want to know a little bit of gossip.
Oh,
And they want to know...
like what?
Your boyfriend, we heard you got engaged. I mean, is that, are you going to get married?
No.
I didn't ask this question. That lady over there asked this question.
Rub anyone in, right? No, I'm...
You already put your left hand there. Is there a ring?
Well, no, it's not on my,
It's not an engagement ring?
No. It's rather lovely, though, isn't it?
It's beautiful. I was hoping for a scoopy, so you'd tell us you...
No, not married, not engaged, not anything. I mean, the papers... Well, so far we've been married, I think, 3 times in the press.
They married you off 3 times?
Yeah.
You've got this new image. I've got the new, it's the new cover, right? And it's kind of... You before, well, you were the girl next door.
Well, I was, but that was a while ago.
Yeah. And now it's kind of raunchy, isn't it, this? It's very, is that something you've planned and very interesting?
Well, my image is I mean, I'm projecting myself, really, and I think a lot of people still remember me from 5 years ago when I started out in Neighbours. And, I mean, I'm ripe old age of 22 now. Yes,
so you're not going to take this too far, this raunchy. You're not going to do a Madonna. You're not going to start swearing on stage and all that stuff, are you?
No. I mean, I'm trying to be at a happy medium, you know. I'm trying to broaden my audience, but not offend the audience that I have, which is more difficult than going a completely
difficult for you because you had that girl next door image for so long. Madonna
but I think
really
my fans are growing up too, so I have to give them that.
How do you cope with all the adulation, all the hit records and all the winning? I mean, I know I find it very difficult myself. Every time you have a record, I think the lowest it's ever been is 4. The producer must have shot himself. I mean, how do you cope with it? And can you keep your feet on the ground and be very level-headed about it?
I think you basically...
Everything you do is successful is what I'm saying, you know.
Well, so far, yeah, I've been really lucky. But I think you just need common sense, that's all.
This song, what you're going to do for us, right? You're going to do it now for us. It's out now and doing very well indeed. And I want you to come back to you. Before then, I want you to sing for us. But will you do me a favour and mention me to that Scott Aitken and Waterman? They're the producer. Didn't they used to run a shoe shop in Chisholm High Street?
What size is it? Okay, I'll do my best.
Just mention, you see, because 5, number 1. I tell them I'll be happy with a number 63. It'd be very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie's going to get on her marks. We thank her for coming straight from that long trip in here, and she's got a real wild routine to do now. It really is super, so go see the shows if you get a chance to. Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie Minogue.
Thank you.
Get on your marks.
Here we have the little lady herself, Kylie Minogue, live from her native Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Kylie.
Hi, how are you?
You're all right, fine. How does it feel to be back home?
It's great, actually. It's, you know, really good weather and I can afford to hang out a bit. I'm just starting rehearsing for my tour, so...
Right.
Keeping myself busy.
We've just seen your raunchy new video. Well, that's sort of how the press have perceived it. Is this a conscious sort of departure from your teeny bop image?
Yeah, I don't think it's to be taken too seriously. I mean, I know they're loving connecting me to raunchy, which is not quite the way I would describe it. But yeah, you know, it's something different, and the next video will be something different again.
How much influence do you actually have over your image then?
Well, I mean, I have to be happy with it, and I like to take a lot of influences from people around me, but ultimately it's my decision and my choice, so...
Right.
It's
and
pretty
recently,
much up to me.
you've been working with Stephen Bray, haven't you? One of Madonna's producers.
Yeah, I worked with him last September in LA, and we did 2 tracks for my album.
Yeah. So, do you sort of, do you see yourself sort of as a rival to Madonna then?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean,
people
have been making comparisons, but everyone's a rival on the charts, you know.
So what about
you're all fighting for a position.
What about Scott? I can't say SAW. What about them? Are you drifting away from them?
Well, yeah, I guess I have been over the last year or so, but I'm really happy with what they've done on my album, and I don't think either of us want to stay still.
So they don't mind you working for other people? With other people?
I'm sure they prefer me to be working with them, but, you know, we all have to move on and do whatever we feel's best.
How much influence does Michael have over your career now?
Well, a lot of influence, because if you're in a relationship, you must be being influenced or there's no point.
So how does he compare with Jason?
Well, it's different. Sorry? This is unfair asking me these questions via satellite, you know. Well,
come on, you know, from one famous man to another, we want to know, how do you do it, Kylie?
Leave that up to me.
Is he with you at the moment?
No.
No. Well, let's, now America, you haven't had as much success in America as you have over here, have you? Why do you think that is?
Well, firstly, the American and English markets are really different, and I haven't... I'm getting this really horrible fold back, so if I'm not making sense...
You're just making excuses, aren't you?
I am. No, I had a number 3 there, so that was good. And with this album, I've got songs that are marketed specifically for America, so we'll see how it goes.
Now, you were named this year as Smash Hit's Worst Female Singer. Does that bother you?
Well, it bothers me that they wanted me to be there at the same time, so luckily I didn't go.
But you were named the best one the year before, so that's okay, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
You were named the best female singer the year before, so that's okay, isn't it?
Well, you know, those things, you've got to... If you believe the good things, you believe the bad things, so best not to believe any of it.
So, any regrets about your career, Kylie?
Well, yeah, there's some. Along with the good goes the bad.
How about Neighbours?
Well, actually, I'm in the studio where I recorded Neighbours years and years ago, and, like, the same guys are around, so it's really funny being in the same studio. I'm glad I'm not working here still.
Right.
But I think it was really great at the time, and it was the best thing for my career then. Okay, so what do you think you'll be doing over the next couple of years? What are your aims, just briefly? What would you like to be doing? Ooh, I guess just apart from marrying Michael. Now you're putting words into my mouth. But is there going to be a wedding? No. No? No. You're going to live together for a while and see how it goes, yeah? No. Kylie, just one thing. I know that this is a big secret. You bought a pair of Diamante handcuffs in Hyper, and I want to know what you're going to do with them. I'm going to hang them on my wall. On the wall? Okay, thanks very much, Kylie. Thank you for talking to us. Okay. Bye.
Oh, you're a hard woman, you are, Michelle. Are you actually a Kylie fan? Because, I mean...
I am now. She seems like quite a nice girl, doesn't she?
Well, I think she's a good singer and has had a lot of unfair stick. No, well, I mean, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, music-wise, but she can sing, can't she?
I don't know. You don't know these days, do you, really?
Fantastic. Have a pew, Kylie. Thanks, team. Very good. We've been talking throughout the morning of the sort of paparazzi, and you are the perfect person to talk to. Dave Hogan is sort of the prince of paparazzi. He's our press conference guest a little bit later on. Now, do you have now a developed sixth sense? Can you spot a photographer at 100 yards?
I usually can, and if I can't, I get really angry at myself. I mean, if something comes out maybe a day or two afterwards, and I think, my God, you know, I had no idea, because, as I say, normally you can sense that someone's around or whatever. And, I mean, I can... Paparazzi, I think, they're in a world of their own, and it's great if you're somewhere where you expect it, then that's fine, but I really disagree with it when it's in, you know, in your personal space, in your yard or in your wherever it may be. Or
Lots of people would say, well, you're famous, it goes with the territory, that's what's to be expected. What would you say to that?
I say no. Yes, if you're somewhere where you're expecting it, at a premiere or something like that, you don't, there's no way you could go to something like that and say, I don't want to be photographed. It's just, you don't do it. But, I mean, if I'm on holiday or something like that, and all of a sudden there's photographers out, you know, massive zoom lenses outside the house, it's similar to coming home and feeling as though your house has been robbed. It's a similar feeling. Violation.
In what circumstances do you get most annoyed with it? Because you have in the past actually got quite violent.
Not terribly violent. On holiday, I would say, just when, I mean, I can very well appreciate their side, and they have to make $1. In fact, they make many dollars.
Well, a good picture of the royal family can get you about 10 grand.
Well, exactly, and good photographers. I know Dave Hogan's one of the better paparazzi photographers, and I don't mind them, because, like, if you say, you know, enough, then they'll respect that. But there's a lot of the younger ones, or the less experienced photographers that will just keep going, and, you know.
You've thrown food in the past as well, haven't you?
I did. It was lucky I happened to have a bread roll in my hand at the time, not my bread knife or something. I was like, ah! I mean, yeah. I try to control myself, because if you do get angry or upset, they've got an even better photograph, and it's something that I have to come to terms with and try and deal with. But as I say, if it's my time, if I'm on holiday or spending time with my boyfriend or whatever, it's such an intrusion, and I really can't.
You did manage to get Dave back, I think, with your Polaroid.
I got a snap. I don't know if you saw me taking this particular one. I mean, I don't think this will make me a fortune, but...
Well, I don't know. I mean, you've managed to capture
it's something.
The prince of the paparazzi with his face stuffed full. Now he knows what it feels like. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dee, for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And you've got a busy few months once you've finished sort of promoting here and doing that sort of stuff. What's next?
Yeah,
I mean, do you get a break?
No, I've just had a break. I'm actually feeling quite good. I can work for a few more months and then probably have a break after that. I'll have one more single off this album, and then I guess later on in the year work on writing and recording new material.
Good stuff. Well, it's always nice to have you in. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
All right, and the best of luck with the single.
Good stuff.